Okay, so this is the second in my videos of tropical rainforest, our second biome. And what we're going to look in this very short video is the structure and the function of the rainforest and its different layers, and some of the plant and animal adaptations that have been made as you know, to adapt and to cope with the climate conditions within rainforests. Okay, so I mentioned in a previous video that rainforest has the highest and largest number of species, one of the largest on the planet with regards to all of the biomes. You can see some of the stats on the screen in front of you. You might have 480 different tree species in a single hectare of rainforest. You've got 170,000 of the known 250,000 plant species in rainforest. Huge number of animal species as well. 50% of all life found on the world's land masses is found in tropical rainforest. So it has an incredibly high biodiversity, lots of plants of the same species all growing close together. What that does mean though is disease does spread fairly rapidly. But you've got an incredibly high range of biodiversity due to the climate, due to the high rainfall, high temperature levels and high plant growth. So that's a really important key reason for this being an important biome, is the high biodiversity. Okay, so you may well be asked about the structure of the rainforest, and there are 5 clear layers in a rainforest, going from the forest floor to the shrub layer to the undercanopy to the canopy, and up to the emergent layer. And you need to know the names of those layers and what goes on in each of the layers, because that you may well be asked about the structure. So it's a nice biome to talk about structure of a rainforest in quite a plain and simple way. So what I'm going to do now is talk to you about each of the layers and some of the characteristics of each of the layers. Okay, so the very top layer is called the emergent layer. These are the trees that poke out of the canopy. They can be anywhere between 40 and 70 meters high, and they do need to be quite tough because they receive most of the sunlight and the strongest winds. So they do tend to have slightly smaller leaves, so they don't lose water through evaporation. You've got them being spread quite widely so that they can make the most of the sunlight as possible. And the seeds are often adapted to being blown long distances by strong winds, especially when they're high up at this level. So the next layer is the canopy, about 30 meters above the ground. Again, you do get quite high levels of sunshine here, so you do have quite a lot of photosynthesis happening. It is hotter and less damp than on the forest floor. You do have quite dense foliage, so this dense canopy blocks about 80% of the light from reaching the floor, and it catches most of the rain that falls. It's actually where most of the biomass is in a rainforest, so most of the vegetation and nutrients are stored in this layer. 60 to 90% of rainforest life is found in the canopy layer. So a very dense layer of branches and leaves from crowns of the forest trees, and actually where most of the life in a rainforest is found, in the canopy. So the undercanopy and the forest floor, you have very little light reaching this layer because it's obviously being blocked by the canopy above. And it's very dark and very humid, and obviously not getting huge amounts of light. The understory plants that are found here often have quite large flowers, strong scents to attract some of the insects. And actually you might get not huge amounts of vegetation growing on the forest floor that's short because it's so dark. It's very difficult for plants to photosynthesize down here. One point to note is that the soil is also not very good. Often there's a misconception that people think, oh, there's so much growth because the soil is so nutrient rich and thick. But the nutrients are taken up so quickly by the plants that it doesn't really have time to hang around and create any decent level of soil or layer of soil. So the soil is very, very poor on the forest floor. So I just talked about the forest floor in the previous slide, but just in addition to this, you will have, because the soil is very thin and poor, you will have buttress roots on the forest floor, and trees have to have nice wide bases, because if their soil isn't very good, then the roots will be very shallow, And so the roots are normally what keeps them up, and if the roots are shallow, they won't keep them up. So they have to have buttress roots, big wide bases to keep them upright. Also, nutrients come from the leaf litter mainly being decomposed very, very rapidly, and they're taken up really quickly. So, like I say, it doesn't really give a chance for the soil to form. The sorts of animals that you'll find here are sort of termites, earthworms, fungi that are acting as the decomposers. But as I mentioned on a previous slide, very, very dark, very little light. Okay, so some of the adaptations that plants make. Now, you've all heard of drip tips. I know you can't see it on this slide directly, but all of the leaves have drip tips to funnel the water that falls from the sky off the plant so that the water doesn't sit around and make the leaf rot, which it will do very quickly in these conditions. So all of the plants have drip tips. Most of the trees will grow really tall and straight to get to the sunlight and competition for the sunlight. And there'll be very little leaves going up the tree trunk. They'll mostly be at the top of the tree trunk. So the bark is often thin and smooth, as you can see on the left here, leading up to the crown at the top. It's also smooth to stop other plants like epiphytes planting their seeds in and acting like parasites and growing out of it. The bark doesn't need to be thick to prevent loss of moisture or to protect the tree from cold weather, as these aren't a problem in the rainforest. So the bark isn't that thick, but it does tend to be quite smooth. And the roots themselves, I have just talked about buttress roots, but you can see a perfect example of what they look like here. It just gives the tree a bit of stability. If it's 30-40 meters tall, and it hasn't got very shallow, or it has got really shallow roots because the soil isn't very good, it does need to have a big wide base to support it, to stop the tree actually falling over. So that's the structure of the rainforest and some of the adaptations that some of the plants that are in the rainforest make to the climate and conditions.